So guys, one of the most critical parts of an install is the actual aiming and the fine tuning of the system. So we're going to show you some of the finer points of doing that aiming and fine tuning. So these lights are integrated. So the adjustability is actually built into the fixture. So what you can do is, as you can see on the trunk, I'm going to adjust the beam spread on this to be narrow, right? So I've reduced this to 20 degrees, and that beam is going directly up towards the canopy and not grazing as much of the trunk. As I increase the beam to 60 degrees, now all of a sudden I'm catching a lower portion of the trunk. I'm getting more, which allows me to be a little bit further away from the trunk, which also allows me to get more of the canopy. Again, this is just through the fine tuning of the fixture for this particular uplight application. There's also adjustments that can be done for the glare guard or the shroud. In this particular instance, we're cutting the difference between the house and the view from the house, and then also the view from the street. Because you always want to see the effect of the light. You don't want to see the source of the light. So if I turn this shroud towards the camera, now all of a sudden that cutoff reduces the amount of light that you can see. But because of the elevation difference in the homeowner's view from up higher, that would put that source of light directly into view for them. So by turning the shroud to split the difference, that fine tuning basically allows us to kind of get the best of both worlds. So the light's not directly in the eyes of maybe a passerby, and it's also not in the eyes of the homeowner in this particular case. So those are some adjustments that can be done. Again, we've already placed the fixture about 18 inches in this particular application away from the trunk, so we're pretty dialed in there. So let's move on to another fixture. I wanted to get these foreground lights first. So as we go backwards towards the house, we have accent lights on the house itself. Now, we've already used the app for this WAC colorscaping system to tune in the white. This is a 2700 Kelvin because of the warm color of this stone, whereas the color temperature of the trees that I just showed you is actually 3000 Kelvin because that actually reflects pretty good on the trunk and then also the underside of the leaf of the oak tree. So again, it's okay to have different Kelvin temperatures just so they're not mixed on the same target. So in this case, all of these lights that we're talking about now that are washing the house are 2700 Kelvin because that's a warmer light and it's going to bring out the warmth of this stone. If we had a Pennsylvania stone and it was a cooler stone, then we would be using a cooler temperature. We are dialed in to a 20 degree beam spread. So we're keeping this light as narrow, this beam as narrow as possible, holding those lumens till we get all the way to the top to the soffit so that we really punch the front entry of this home. We want to make sure that we make a statement that, you know, somebody that's visiting knows that this is the front entry of the home, and it basically makes it more welcoming. So that's the adjustments that we've made here. Other than that, in this particular case, if we wanted to, we could turn that shroud so that we don't see it at all from the walkway. That might be a fine-tuned adjustment that we might make here. We're already about 10 inches away from the face of this, and it's casting the light in a pretty good manner, so we're not going to make any other adjustments there. Lastly, let's go to this wash here in the middle. We've got an accent light or an uplight that we've put onto a 60 degree beam spread, and that's so that we can wash this entire section of wall all the way up. So it's going to be a little bit lighter wash, so it's not as pronounced as the front entry porte-cochere that I just was talking about, but we want to make sure that the source of light is hidden, so our shroud is facing the road, because this light is setting lower than the actual window. We're not too concerned with getting light in that particular window, but in this case we're at 60 degrees, so that is basically flooding this entire wall with a light wash. So that's the adjustment that was made there. And again, roughly 10 to 12 inches off the face of the home here in this particular application. So that's pretty much the adjustments that have been made here. If we were using drop-in lamps in a drop-in fixture. The same adjustments can be done, meaning you could adjust the shroud. The lamp is going to be fixed. So your lamp has your lumen output and it has your beam spread in it already. However, you are still able to move the fixture away and you know, closer to or away from your target. And then also where it's aimed at is a critical piece of it. Never consider the job to be complete until you actually do the aiming, fine tuning. And once that's done at dusk hour, at this twilight hour, then the system is complete. Again, we're here to help. Just again, just another, you know, couple of fine tuning points here to help you kind of make it look as good as it can be. Thanks for watching.